Yo, hey people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's plan of action and video as a whole is actually really overdue. I've been talking about this for ages, but I finally found the time, the resources, the equipment, the skill set, hopefully, fingers crossed, to do it. So we've got 3 bikes on that wall, and actually that's the first time I've had them all lined up like that since I got back from New Zealand, because the attack trail's a completely new build. And the missing bike is my jump bike right here. So today I want to have all 4 bikes, all matching orange forks, the whole shebang up on the wall, using this pile of equipment. So the way I've done it in the past is use these big kind of pieces of decking board to spread the weight, because the first time I ever put a bike on the wall, when I moved into this apartment, I put rule plugs into the plaster, attached the bike, thought it was all going to be great, and then 10 seconds later I just heard a massive bang and the bike was on the floor with holes in the plasterboard. So I'm not particularly capable and knowledgeable when it comes to DIY and home graft and home repairs and modifications, but I'm learning. So I've got all the same stuff, and actually potentially some better stuff this time to make it work, and I've got another piece of decking that's cut to the right length down there. So my plan is to get it all fixed up, but there's a massive but in this one, and I talked about this in a previous video, and the but is this little thing here, which is really scary, because to have even spacing on all the bikes, 1, 2, 3 and 4, it needs to be exactly above that mains plug. Now, I did a bit of a poll in one of my videos and on Instagram and said, can somebody please help and give advice? Am I going to electrocute myself if I drill above that? So you can see it there right behind me. If I go above it, am I going to electrocute myself? And pretty much the unanimous decision was, there's actually some really clever people out there. If you live above the 2nd floor in a block of apartments, the stuff comes down from the ceiling. If you're below that, it comes up from the floor. But everyone just said, take off the panel with a screwdriver and look at which direction the wires run, and they run vertically. So I kind of been scratching my head, because I could easily put that bit of board either side of that and be done with it. But I'm really like OCD when it comes to spacing, and I can't stand to have 3 boards that are all the same width and then one that's different. So what I found is this board, which I'm going to put on the wall, is actually slightly wider than that. So what I can do is screw either side going up the wall like that, so it doesn't actually line up with the centre of this. I don't know for a fact if that's going to work, and it's kind of exciting to film all this, because if I get electrocuted, it's going to be on video and it will be on YouTube, and you can say, ha, I told you so. But I think it's kind of like a bit of middle ground between taking all your advice on board and trying to just stick to my guns and risk it. So that's what I'm doing, and then in the end of it, either I'm going to have like insanely burnt skin from the inside out, or I'm going to have 4 perfect bikes lined up on the wall, which is exactly what I'm going for. So I've already cut that piece of board to length, and it's going to be shorter than the other ones because it has to sit above that plug socket. So it's 1.7 meters long, which I just cut. The next step is going to be drill holes either side of that board all the way down. Then I'm going to line it up, put pen marks on the plaster, drill in with the drill and a drill bit, slide the rule plugs in, screw the screws through the timber into the rule plugs. Hopefully it's solid and attached. And then I'm going to put this Topic bike carrier on the wall and screw that in. It's going to look just like all the others. I'm going to put my bike on the wall, and then I'm going to take a photograph and tell you all how extremely stoked I am to have 4 mountain bikes on the wall of a 2-bedroom apartment. It sounds so easy, doesn't it? But yeah, let's get cracking. I just realised I had completely the wrong drill. That's an impact driver. That's actually a screwdriver, so I'm going to use that one. If you saw in the first video that I had an impact driver there and you're a chippy or a carpenter, I actually did realise that. 5mm drill bit. And luckily I've got all this protective stuff on the floor, so I don't drill into my floorboards or my carpet. So I'm going to try and keep these as widely spaced as possible going up the boards, so that I've got most clearance from that plug socket going vertically. And I hope they do go like exactly vertically the whole way up. We're doing it, we're going for it, so. Fuck. Straight through the carpet. Even though I just said I'm going to not do that. One, 2, 3, 4. I put 5 holes in it because I'm using pretty small rule plugs, as I don't want to go too far into the wall. And I would recommend doing this at home. Even if you've got your bikes in a garage, like this is such a clever use of space. I'm going to have 4 bikes in an area where I could have probably kept 1 on the floor. So I do recommend it. Or if your parents go out for the weekend, go and get all the tools, get down to the the shop, get all the stuff, and then they can come back and all your bikes can be on your bedroom wall, and they'll be really happy about that. Especially if you just lock yourself in there, play PlayStation for 4 days, look at your bike. They'll be pumped on that. I do have a spirit level, but I don't have enough hands. Hang on, I can do this. Perfect! I'm just marking all the holes with a drill bit, just trying to scratch it into the plasterboard so I'll be able to see where to actually drill. As you run a screw into a rule plug, the diameter increases and it basically grips the plaster. But when I tried it on plaster alone, it wasn't enough to hold a bike, which is why I used that piece of decking board. But actually it kind of looks nice and just keeps the tyres off the wall, which is another big benefit. I'm surprised how quickly this is working, but what I haven't done is drill into the wall. So this is the stage where I could blast myself with 240 volts of the UK's finest national grid electricity. So we'll see how we go. I need to drill the hole the right size for the rule plugs. So these are 6mm, so I need to drill 6mm holes. Then I'm putting 4mm screws in a 6mm rule plug. I'm having to just say this out loud because I actually don't know what I'm doing. So if I talk about it, I think in my head that I'm getting an understanding for stuff. And then if it goes wrong, at least I can watch it back and realise why. Okay, moment of truth. That was actually, that was so scary. Even though I'm kind of making a joke out of it, I know the risks, so I was kind of sweating then. But I'm going to slide one of these in, see if the hole's deep enough. And if it's not, I've got to go in further. Only joking. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rule plugs in the plaster. They all align with the holes in that, so I'm going to mount it up now, screw all the way through both, through that and into there. Hopefully it holds and is strong enough. And it should be, like 5 of them's quite a lot, spread evenly, and the weight of the bike kind of acts down the wall, so we should be alright. They're all tight, and there's a board on the wall, which is good news. So, as of now, I think I'm in the clear as far as electrocution goes. So thank you everyone who gave advice and told me really be careful of that plug socket. Because the cables do literally run right up there between the screws I've just put through the wall. So it was close, but personally I think worth the risk because now it's all evenly spaced and we'll see that when the bike's on the wall. The bike carrier, oh, it comes with rule plugs. I didn't need to buy any, okay, that's annoying. That's what holds the back tyre at the bottom, like those ones. So that's really useful, and I'll need those screws for that. And this little gubbin goes at the top, and it's so handy. You pull that lever at the bottom and they swivel, and you can adjust it in 15-degree increments. It can also be locked down in 15-degree increments to optimise space. Now this is some serious space optimisation if I've ever seen some. I've done it. Have a look. Have a word. So yeah, we're ready to go. Which I'm actually very proud of myself. I'm not a DIY guy. I would always call a mate who knows what they're doing. But I guess I asked all your advice and it's paid off because I survived. I was actually sweating when drilling into the wall because I know I was like 5–10mm away from mains cables. But it's paid off because it's all exactly even. It looks great. So if I set this up now, I'm going to stick the bike up there. The Marin Alcatraz is going up. I need to adjust this. Give it a quick swivel. Yes, that's so good. It actually goes on. Yes, look how sick it all looks. I can't actually get a very good angle. That's insane. In like a tiny bedroom, I've transformed it into a multi-bike garage, and there's 4 bikes now. I've got the Alcatraz from my Red Bull filming project, my tack trail, which I just took to New Zealand, my Wolf Ridge, which is like my long distance trail riding bike that I took to Whistler, and my everyday jump bike, which is just the dream. And along the top, the alignment of some orange factory Fox forks. So, I'm a happy chappy right now. I'm sorry if this video really bored you. I mean, it was just a DIY video, but it's something I've been talking about for ages and I've been excited and nervous about. So, there we go, 4 bikes on the wall. I'll do a full review and like apartment check soon because there's more stuff turning up. New sponsors that I haven't told you about yet. So I've got some unboxing to do and some rearranging, but for now, that is the dream. comment away if you've got any other ideas. Most of this space has been inspired by you guys, so thank you so much for all the comments, and I'm all ears. I love reading them. Take it easy, everyone. Thanks so much for watching my videos. You're all absolute legends. See you in more videos to come. See you in more videos with these 4 bikes. Peace.